Meetings are where important deals get made, but sometimes absolute chaos can unexpectedly erupt. For us content creators, those long-form videos are our own personal battlefield, full of hidden gold but also massive time sinks. You know the drill. You record a massive deep dive podcast, a crucial webinar, or maybe a 3-hour live stream. Suddenly, you have a mountain of raw footage that could feed your socials for months, if only you could find the good bits. That is, if you can manage to avoid falling asleep in the editor while searching through it all. I'm Alex from Automation Helpers, and my team has been deep in the trenches automating all kinds of content workflows for creators and internal teams. If you create long-form videos and want them to actively work for you instead of constantly demanding all your time, you need a system. You seriously need something that can turn that huge raw file into shareable, snackable clips incredibly fast. Now, there are certainly a bunch of tools out there that try to help with meeting transcripts and general note-taking. Tools like Fireflies, Otter, Fathom, Aoma, and TLDV are all great, but they each operate within their own specific lanes. The key issue is that most of these were fundamentally built for standard business meetings and sales calls, not for creators. Creators need viral clips, consistent daily posting, and a content calendar that doesn't require a PhD in complex spreadsheets to manage. So, let's walk through what this space looks like right now, examine what's good and what's genuinely annoying about each option. Then, I'll show you exactly why a tool focused on content transformation, like Vizard, solves the specific pain points creators actually have. I'm going to be completely blunt. Some competitors do parts of the job well, but none of them stitch everything together the way a dedicated creator needs. First up in our review is Fireflies, which we actually use internally here for our own team meetings. It does exactly what it promises: automatic transcription, solid summaries, reliable speaker detection, and decent search functionality. The free plan is actually quite generous with searchable transcripts and a reasonable amount of storage for free users. For any teams that run many recurring calls and absolutely need accurate meeting notes and clear action items, Fireflies is a very solid pick. The biggest downside is that it is fundamentally a meeting-first product through and through. It helps you find precisely what was said during a call, which is fantastic, but it doesn't automatically extract viral moments into multiple social clips with captions and thumbnails. If your main objective is turning a lengthy webinar into a whole month of short-form content without babysitting the whole process, Fireflies definitely stops short of that goal. Next up, Otter is another huge name in the transcription space, known for its real-time transcription and collaborative editing features. Their ability to capture real-time notes is incredibly great for jotting down ideas as they happen live, allowing for immediate annotation and teamwork. However, the free plan tends to limit you pretty heavily, usually capping you at 300 minutes total with a 30-minute cap per single conversation. If you record longer sessions for your business or content, you will very quickly hit those walls with their free offering. The AI summaries they offer are certainly useful, but again, the tool is built around transcribing and summarizing, not generating social clips for you. You will still be stuck manually finding the absolute highlight and then having to trim it yourself into that perfect 15 to 60-second piece for Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube Shorts. Fathom has recently been getting a lot of well-deserved attention because they offer unlimited free recordings specifically for individual users, which sounds amazing. They also have handy timestamped highlights built in, so you can jump back instantly to those key moments you need to review later. For solo creators or very small teams who just need a fast way to find those moments inside Zoom calls, Fathom can definitely be a useful tool. But the catch comes in the limited number of AI summaries you get and the fact that it doesn't prioritize turning those moments into audience-ready clips. If your goal is to batch create dozens of short clips, add custom captions, and help you actually schedule them out, Fathom leaves a significant amount of manual work on your plate. Aoma, sometimes styled as Aoma, is an interesting player because it's explicitly built for sales and customer-facing teams. It provides excellent conversation intelligence, coaching tips for reps, and deep customer relationship management integrations. This is fantastic if your main goal is strictly to close more deals and efficiently train your sales representatives. For creators whose primary problem is content repurposing, Aoma just doesn't focus on trimming a 2-hour podcast into snackable assets. It is brilliant at delivering sales insights, can be a bit expensive, and is not the ideal tool for someone whose core problem is content volume. Next, we have TLDV, which stands for Too Long, Didn't View, and it's geared towards supporting remote teams with their communication. TLDV offers great timestamps, multilingual transcription, and simple quick sharing features, which is helpful for internal knowledge transfer. They provide a decent free tier with a limited number of AI summaries and unlimited meeting viewers, which is generous from a team collaboration angle. But once again, TLDV isn't inherently built to help you go viral or maximize social media output. It is great for understanding what happened in a meeting and for internal knowledge sharing, but if your job is content creation, you're still exporting, editing, captioning, and scheduling everything by hand. So, what is it that a dedicated content creator actually needs that these existing tools don't fully deliver on? The first thing is automated editing that actually finds the viral bits specifically for social platforms, not just simple timestamps. The second crucial piece is built-in scheduling and distribution, so those clips get posted consistently without a human babysitting a content calendar every day. And the third required item is a central content workspace where you can manage, tweak, and approve all your clips across multiple platforms in one single place. Enter Vizard. And I'm not presenting this as some magical silver bullet, but as the tool that specifically fills those exact gaps for creators. Here is precisely why creators are beginning to prefer a solution like Vizard when the primary goal is turning long videos into ongoing content with minimal manual input. Let's talk about auto-editing viral clips, which is the real magic in this system. Vizard doesn't just transcribe or simply mark timestamps, it intelligently analyzes your entire long-form video. It actively detects high engagement moments, such as emotional peaks, perfect punchlines, quotable statements, and questions that spark audience reactions. It then automatically generates clips that strictly follow all platform best practices right out of the gate. That means optimized aspect ratios, smart caption placement, precise clip length, and even suggested attention-grabbing hooks are all handled for you. You never have to scrub through hours of boring footage again just to try and find those crucial 10 to 15 golden seconds. The system surfaces these perfect moments and hands you ready-to-post options immediately. Moving on to the second major time saver, the auto-schedule feature. One of the biggest daily time wasters is constantly deciding when to post, manually uploading content again and again, and juggling different time zones. Vizard allows you to set your preferred posting cadence, and it will automatically schedule those clips based on those established preferences. You can actually wake up to a functioning content pipeline that is actively working for you while you sleep. You set the parameters once, tweak a couple of approvals, and you have consistent posts hitting all your channels while you focus on new creation. The third differentiator is the dedicated content calendar, which is the key difference between chaos and complete control over your output. Instead of dealing with a scattered folder of random exports, Vizard gives you one single calendar view to plan, edit, and publish across every necessary platform. Need to swap a clip from Instagram to TikTok and give it a slightly different opening hook? You can do that in mere seconds right there. Do you want to see exactly what is posting next week and confirm who gave final approval for each piece? Just check the calendar. It becomes the single central place where all your clips, metadata, captions, and schedules live together harmoniously. Now, let's be perfectly clear about something. Vizard is not trying to replace Fireflies for pure meeting transcripts or Otter for real-time note-taking. Those other tools specialize in conversation capture, and they truly do a wonderful job at that specific task. But if your key performance indicators are audience engagement, consistent output volume, and turning long-form into social-first assets, Vizard simply stacks up better because it was built from the ground up with creators in mind. Let's look at a few common use cases that really highlight the functional difference between the approaches. For podcasters, you can turn one single episode into 30 shareable clips, complete with captions and custom thumbnails in just one dedicated session. Then, you simply let the autoscheduler responsibly dribble those clips out across your channels over the following weeks. Educators can extract key explainer moments to create powerful micro-lessons designed specifically to drive traffic back to their full premium course. Marketers can rapidly generate compelling product highlight reels and powerful testimonial snippets that can then be A/B tested across various platforms. And companies can effectively repurpose entire webinars for lead generation and social proof without needlessly burning internal team hours on tedious editing. Now, compare that entire ideal workflow to the typical process using the other set of tools. You transcribe with Fireflies or Otter, then you find the timestamps in Fathom or TLDV, then you manually edit in your separate NLE software. After that, you manually caption everything, then export, then upload, and finally, you schedule it. That's 5 distinct time-consuming steps across multiple apps. With a tool like Vizard, most of that entire chain is consolidated, streamlined, and fully automated into a few clicks. To offer some practical advice based on budget, if you are on a very tight financial limit, Fathom's free recordings and Firefly's generous free tier are fantastic starting points for capturing and searching. Otter's real-time transcription capabilities are genuinely great if your primary use case is needing live, immediate meeting notes. Aoma is the clearly right strategic call if your entire focus for the day is on sales intelligence and coaching metrics. But if your ultimate aim is to rapidly scale content production, meaning significantly more clips in significantly less time, Vizard's auto-editing combined with auto-schedule and the content calendar will cut hours of work into mere minutes. I genuinely don't want this to sound like some kind of hard sell advertisement right now. Think of Vizard as the crucial difference between simply collecting raw footage and actually converting that footage into tangible momentum for your brand. Tools like Fireflies and Otter are designed to help you remember specific conversations and effectively keep business records. Vizard, however, is engineered to help you convert those records directly into audience attention, which is the real currency online. And ultimately, that sustained audience attention is what truly turns a single long video into long-term, sustained growth for your entire platform. If you are still feeling unsure about which specific path you should be taking for your content, here is a simple, quick test you can perform right now. Pick just one long video, a webinar, a podcast, anything over 30 minutes. and attempt to produce 5 platform-ready clips from it in under 30 minutes total. If you absolutely cannot achieve that benchmark, congratulations, you have a serious scaling problem that manual workflows are only going to make progressively worse over time. Tools that only transcribe will unfortunately still leave you stuck doing all the heavy lifting. However, tools that auto-edit and auto-schedule remove that entire bottleneck completely. I would genuinely love to hear what systems you are currently working with in your own creation process. Which of these competitor tools have you tried out so far, and what were your specific takeaways? Did you love Fireflies for quick meeting summaries but absolutely hate the post-production grind that followed? Or perhaps you have been stuck juggling Otter transcripts and tedious manual editing for far too long now? Drop a comment below or feel free to reach out to us directly. We actually help teams set up these automated content pipelines every week. We can show you a proven workflow that takes a single long recording and turns it into consistent social content without all the usual manual sweat. Alright, that concludes the comprehensive rundown of the current landscape for transcription and content extraction tools. Whether you are leaning toward using Fireflies, Otter, Fathom, Aoma, TLDV, or any other service, you must first know exactly what core problem you are trying to solve. If your primary goal is remembering meeting details and capturing action items, those existing meeting-first tools are absolutely your best friends. But if your main objective is turning long videos into short videos that actually perform and then publish themselves automatically, you need to check out Vizard and see how much time you can truly get back. If you are still feeling a bit unsure about which path to commit to, we invite you to book a short consultation with us today. We will walk you through a live, practical example using one of your own recordings to show you the potential savings. There is absolutely no pressure involved. This is purely about practical setup that is guaranteed to save you many hours every single week. Thank you very much for listening to this deep dive, and I sincerely wish you happy and highly productive creating.